Hello, future scholars. Welcome to another episode with Pontly Africa, where we are always diving into scholarship updates, and we're talking about Chevening Scholarship 2026. On our last episode, we talked about what Chevening Scholarship is, the eligibility, and what makes you a proper candidate to apply for Chevening Scholarship. So, on this episode, we'll be diving into practical steps and how you can craft a winning application for Chevening Scholarship. This is the Chevening Scholarship portal opened up on the screen, and as you can see, it says application for Chevening Scholarship 2026 to 2027, and the deadline is 7th of October 2025. So let's just dive straight into it. Without further ado, we are showing you the application tax. Once you have checked out to be an eligible candidate for Chevening Scholarship and you want to go ahead to apply, these are the things you need to fill in once you get into the application portal. So first things first, before you start your application, you should know that you have to choose 3 courses and 3 universities that you want to study at in the UK. The first thing on the application tax is the personal details, where you're going to be putting your name, date of birth, and some other personal information. And the next one is the citizen and travel documents, where we put your where you put your passport number. Higher education history is where you're going to be putting your BSc degree certificates details, the school you schooled, and the course you studied. And you have the work history. For the work history, you should have a minimum of 2,800 hours work history, a minimum of 2,800 work history. And in the first video, we mentioned that this work history should be recorded immediately after your studies. You cannot put in work history from when you were studying. Some of us were working when we were in school, but they want work history from after your BSc certificate. And the next, so maybe I'm just going to open the work history because there's some information there. So you see, you need a minimum of 2 years, 2,800 hours of work experience gained after you completed your undergraduate degree. So it is important you are filling in work history after you completed your undergraduate degree. Any work experience that was mandatory as part of your degree does not count towards the total. So that means your IT, if you had been working during your degree, it does not count. So that is that. Let's move on to the next. So program of study is the courses you want to study for. You would have opportunity to choose a minimum of 3 courses and 3 universities. You can choose so you can choose 3 different courses at the same university with similar course title. You can choose, maybe they have communication with brand strategy, communication with maybe any other add-on. So you see, they are similar courses but different course title, but offered by the same universities. So you can choose 3 different courses at the same university. You can choose 3 different courses with similar course titles at 3 different universities. So you see, the most important thing about Chevening Scholarship is these courses you are choosing, you have to make it very strategic, and they're also telling you that they can be different courses but similar course titles. So communication, I'm using communication as an example. Communication with brand strategy, communication with digital marketing, communications with so these are different courses but similar course titles. You can choose 3 courses at different universities. So you can also choose 3 courses at different university, all with the same course title, or with the same course. So these are criterias, and not all UK master's programs are eligible for a Chevening Scholarship. The Chevening Scholarship supports individuals wishing to study a full-time 1-year master's program in the UK. So distant learning courses and part-time courses are not eligible. So you can also consult this link here for eligible courses. I can put the link in the video for you to check eligible courses. Moving on to the next thing on the tax list, we have your referees, where you're going to be putting people that are your referees that are supposed to be standing in line for you. You put in their details, and supporting statements. Supporting statements This is where you want to put um, this is when you want to put your essays, which is very very important. Very very important. Like I said earlier in the first video, that they are looking for leaders. They are looking for people of good caliber, people that have good personality, good track record, that's going to come to gain a UK degree, and after their studies, they go back. You will go back to your country. That's one thing about Chevening Scholarship. You go back to your country, and the goal is for you to go and impact your country. If if Chevening is making a great man of one person, they expect you to go and make impact to make a great man of about another 1,000. So it's like a networking, it's like a networking scholarship. They want you to go and network and make more impact in your country. So leadership experience is an essay you are going to be filling, and as you can see, what is the context or challenge you faced? These are the questions to demonstrate your leadership. What specific action did you take as a leader? What was the outcome and what did you learn? How did this experience shape your approach to the leadership? So I said it. So you have a minimum of 10 words and a maximum of 300 words. And one thing is, you can't use AI tools to answer all these questions. You have to write essays that are down. They are coming from your heart, heartfelt essays. These are essays that your story should be a striking one. You should strike them, and they should see it as the one that they can also even relate to, not the one you can't go and scrape out any random story online. It has to be a true story, and they also have a grasp of the environment you're coming from. So sometimes you can't just formulate some stories that they can't piece together. So to be a leader, you have to show the examples, you have to show what you faced and the actions you take and the outcome. Very 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 important. So relationship building, another key thing as a leader is, of course, you should be good with relationship building. One of the questions that is supposed to be in your essay is how so to tell us about your professional relationship you built and maintain. In your answer, please address how was the relation formed and what made it important. What did you contribute to this relationship and what did you gain? How have you sustained and developed this relationship over time? How will these skills help you build connection with Chevening community and beyond? So for you to be, another thing they're looking out for is people that have good relationship skills, people that know how to connect to people. Remember, I told you it's more of a networking mindset for them to come down with this scholarship. They want people that is going to also be able to go and build good connections with people when you come back to your country, and have bright ideas to develop others in your home country. So your course choice has to also be relating with global challenge, and we have the questions here says, explain your first choice of course and university. Please relate your answer to one of the UK priority areas for Chevening as referenced on the Chevening website here. So there's a criteria there for you to go and look at. What is the specific priority area you wish to address? How will your choosing course equip you to contribute to addressing this theme? Why have you selected your particular university in the UK? How do you plan to immediately apply the knowledge or skills you will gain after studies? Also, a minimum of 100 words and maximum of 300 words. You can write and rewrite and rewrite and write and rewrite till you feel you have achieved perfection. One thing about writing these essays is that you can't achieve it at the first shot. You can take different shots at it, and you can give people to review it for you. You can try and go and check people that have even won the scholarship before, connect with them on LinkedIn, Twitter, and talk to them about how you can refine your scholarship essays, because the essay is the main part of the scholarship. After filling these essays and after this stage, you are moving on to the interview stage. And mind you, whatever you have filled down here, whatever the people reviewing the scholarship have connected with, they want to see that in the interview stage. So like I said, it has to be heartfelt. You have to put in down heartfelt words into these essays. And then before I digress into all those other tips I want to drop, let me just talk about the last question, which says career plans and impact. So outline your medium and long-term career plans. Please relate your answer to a key challenge or priority facing your country and region. Like I said, you come back to your home country and come and fix a problem, come and make an impact. So what impact do you intend to make in your home country or region? How does your career plan connect with your course of study and the challenge or priority you identified? What barriers or obstacles might you face, and how will you overcome them? How will being a Chevening Scholarship help you achieve your ambition? So everybody has an ambition, and these ambitions they want to see in you is an ambition that is going to be of good impact in your home country. So you need to put in words here that are also going to show them that you have career plans, you have envisioned, maybe you want to become I spoke about communication, so maybe you want to become a digital marketer or a guru in the you want to be a expert in the advertising industry. You want to write good stories, you want to tell good brand stories, and all these things you have to inculcate them and let them know how it's going to make impact in your home country. So let's see the last. I think there's a last one on the tax list after supporting. So a minute while this loads up. Okay, yeah. Okay, so equal opportunities. For equal opportunities, you want to talk about how maybe they want to hear from you, so they want to know where you were born and the standard of living of some of your you can say, do you consider yourself a disabled person? They want to say maybe you have some inequality criteria they might want to use to consider you, right? And okay, so they're also asking questions about your parents, if your parents achieved the degree or not. So, and that is it about the Chevening Scholarship application tax. And you have a deadline of 7th of October to fill this up. I am rooting for all of you. I'm rooting for all of you to do so well. I'm rooting for all of you to achieve this scholarship as you have wished, as you've desired for it. But you have to put in the work. You have to review. You have to check your essays. Make sure your essays are really, really good. They are really, really good. If you don't have an alumni to reach out to, you can reach out to friends, you can reach out to families, you can have somebody that is well knowledgeable than you, or people that you look up to, your mentors. They should help you review your application. And once you are done with this application tax line, and you'll be eligible applications will be assessed by the reading committees, and the top scoring applications will be considered for interviews. Interviews will take place during spring, and candidates will be notified via email. So you will be notified via email after you've made your application. That will be all on this episode on your step-by-step process on submitting an application for Chevening Scholarship. I wish you all the best. Apply early before the deadline. Don't do a rush hour. You have all the time now. You can apply now, and by God's grace, you shall be considered, and it's going to be a positive one. On to the next one, guys. Peace.